Hey yo friends and families, welcome back to another video, and for this week, finally yet another custom mechanical keyboard content, and we have something quite special today. Well, I'm sure you know that I'm very fond of the Linworks TKL because of its deviation from the standard top mount using an isolated form instead. Quite a good value buy at its time, and the use of dual brass weight. And let's not forget the nice side curve or love handles, as some of you might call it. But what if we take everything up a notch instead? This is what we are going to explore today, the Linworks Dolphin TKL. So for a quick backstory, I could trace the group buy info on Geek Hack as early as 2017, so I assume that is the very first time the international community kind of exposed to yet another Korean designer after the likes of the older days like OTD and LZ boards. Well, this board has a couple of runs leading to things like 2021 version, V3, Dolphin PC which has a polycarbonate bottom, and even went into a little collaboration with TGR, producing the legendary dollies. And for today, I got my hands on the 2021 version as I got a pretty good offer from one of the local community members. So I decided to snag it and see what's the big deal. So let's see what I got in the package. So here you got this is your base package, I guess you can call that. You got your Linworks logo here, although it says Dolphin version special order, but I did reconfirm that this is actually 2021, but I'm not sure if that is also considered special order. So yeah, take that with a grain of salt. So we'll just kind of slide it off from this side. Same printing, you lift down from the front, and first you got the SS series box. Okay, well, I don't mind this one bit, but yeah. So got a little bit of foam, you got a hot swap PCB, and I also got a one solder PCB here, but I'm all for hot swap. So yeah, this is pretty much the base kit, and also you got feeds which I pre-applied some of those, so these are extras. Yeah. And for this kit, I actually have 3 plates. I actually got the aluminum plate, this is the stainless steel plate, which is, well, quite heavy. And also you got the FR4 plate in the usual black and gold kind of colorway. Yeah. Okay, so now for the keyboard itself, it's sitting in the back of its own. And you have the kind of cloth to cover it up, and the box is kind of, well, rugged, can I say that, but the latch is quite secure because this is velcro strap, and you kind of just lift this strap off to get the keyboard out. It is super heavy. So yeah, that's pretty much the content I have here. Okay, so let's start with something basics first. Since this is quite an old board, the mounting style is not your, gasket mount or whatever it is popular in these days, leaf springs, nubs. But this is rather using sandwich mount, which you can see on the holes of the plate just now. This mounting essentially stabilizes the installation by screwing the bottom, the plate, and the top case together, leaving the PCB sandwich in the middle. Although it wasn't as unorthodox like the bottom mount keyboard, which I think you can count the amount of balls using it with 2 hands, it is still quite a sight in 2023. On the other hand, why would I get interested in the Dolphin in the first place? Well, you can take a look at this crazy side profile. Look at that curve. Chamfer edges all around the space, even the screw holes, whatnot. And you also have kind of one-sided chamfers on this part as well. So this crazy curve and typing angle is just completely bonkers and bold for my taste. Well, and also on the bottom side, well, this is kind of unique because he's CNCing a wave or stripy pattern while leaving a cutout to let the internal weight to kind of pick out. Well, this is kind of special if you consider that one way functions practically as both the internal and the external. Well, speaking of the weight, the internal side, which is this part, has this giant stainless steel. I think it is, but I could be wrong. But no matter the material, this is quite heavy and big, and the surface finish is not like completely anodized smooth, but this is quite okay in my opinion. And it's kind of like hold it down and installed it by these 6 screws over here. So in short, mind-blowing visuals from Lin, and I don't care if this unit is old and has, like, you know, anodization fadings everywhere, you know, like from the screw holes, from the side, you know, from here to there. Well, this is already a board of its time. Now for the build, we are going to do aluminum plate, Stevie steps, MX Browns, and GMK Honor for a simple and clean build. Because I think there's too little MX Browns Dolphin videos on YouTube right now, so let me contribute one to the scene, yeah? So let's build this thing, shall we? So I'm not sure whether the mic can pick up the sound, but due to the extreme weight of the board, the sound is super thumpy. I know people will say that it is hollow, but let me tell you, it is even thumpier and metallic if I don't apply force brakes on the aluminum plate. By using it, however, I feel like the sound is in a great balance. Well, a little bit of roominess, you can listen to the great cherry scratch, and a little bit of metal reverberance. However, if you really want to forgo the hollowness and want a little bit of deep sound, you can use the FR4 plate, which I try at home, and it sounds quite full. It's quite good. The tapping feel is more comfortable, but it does sound a little bit dead in my opinion. But in general, the sandwich mouse styling is not as tough as I expected, because I feel like the typing ankle kind of offset it a little bit in terms of the force that I need to apply to my fingertips. And my personal recommendation would be cherry on alu, or perhaps JWK long pulse on FR4 for that poppy, loud, deep sound profile. Also, regardless of which plate, I did find out that if you just simply install your switches with the entire thing assembled, which means like you screw in the plate and PCB first, certain spots might not get the proper contact and end up not inputting the keystrokes. So if you want to swap around switches to find out the best sound, well, it is a little bit troublesome. So just to quickly recap, I'm delighted to own a piece that is damn striking and kind of has its own legacy when it comes to the take one look and you won't forget kind of specialty in this hobby. But I can tell you, in 2023 and perhaps next year, there's so much good choices. You don't need to blow as much money as the Dolphin in order to get a good sound profile and design. The position of the Dolphin is kind of like your rich boy's toy in my opinion. Well, think about it, $600 in 2017. That's a little over $750 in 2023. This is already in the leagues of like unicorns and kohakus in retail. But I do think this is unique enough to kind of deserve the same fame as the Duo though. Well, if you really want to grab one of these back then, a base set with one PCB and one plate, steps, switches and everything, well I mean like aside from the keycaps, that's another thing, you'll see it at about $580. My exact set at the time would be around $600 to $760, and you even need to factor shipping costs also, and import taxes. So I really have to give a salute to the ballers who bought it way back in the days at the original price. So do you need to get the Linworks Dolphin TKL in this day and age? Well, only if you can find one in the second-hand market, which I see people offering about $400 to $450, which is kind of close to what I paid for this one. And only get this if you're a fan of the older boards, especially Korean designs that is first chunky, second roomy, that's kind of subjective, and also it sounds dry and thumpy. Well, their design is all about using as much material as they can, and they either create a boring look or just go complete bonkers like this thing right here. Well, just a little small thought though, if I'm you and I got that money, I'll just go take an F1AX V2 when John drops them every quarter or so. So yeah, that's for today's video, and huge shout out for the guy. Thank you for hooking me up with this Dolphin. If you got any questions or thoughts about it, let me know in the comments down below. Peace.